Welcome to Writers on Writing. I am Brenda Greene, Director of the Center for Black Literature at Medgar Evers College. We have a special video presentation of Writers on Writing, and that's to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the Center for Black Literature at Medgar Evers College and the 10-year anniversary of NCTE West. And I'm very pleased to have with me Dale Allender, who is the director of NCTE West, Kathy Wright-Lewis, who is a teacher, who was part of a special project we had, Jelani Johnson, who was also was a student and is now a teacher, and Ayanna McNeil, who's a poet. The mission of the Center for Black Literature is to promote the public's knowledge of Black literature and to support writers throughout the African diaspora. And we do that through conferences, through symposia, through literary programs, through author readings, through this Writers on Writers show. Dale Allender, who is the director of NCTE West, kind of was a unique experience.
How we came together, exactly.
Yes,
right,
so actually
right.
we were both coming from Urbana, Illinois.
That's right.
On our way to New York, and we
That's
began talking, and when I found out that you were the associate director of NCTE, and you were coming to New York to work on a project, and I said, we have an exciting project.
We had a shared mission.
Right.
The center and its interest in promoting African American literature and writing from the African diaspora was connected to NCTE's long desire to promote wide reading, cross-genre, classic as well as contemporary, very diverse works. And me personally, I've always been very engaged in that regard as a teacher educator as well. So we had a project we had a shared mission, and then we had a project that took us in a whole new direction as well to promote that literature. Right. The Expanding Canon was an 8-part professional development series for teachers that focused on not only introducing teachers to the literature itself, diverse works of literature, but also to critical instruction, good teaching strategies around the literature, and then providing lots of rich context. And one of those series, one of those segments focused on Octavia Butler, which was a real nice example of our partnership together. It was that particular segment that we worked together on. Kathy, you were the teacher.
Yes.
Talk about what you did in the classroom that day.
Well, I thought that since the literature was so rich and it has so much information about what could happen if everything went wrong in society, I decided to use the newspaper because you have articles on everything in society, and she discusses environmental issues, social issues, medical issues, political issues, and like I said, everything's in the newspaper. So I decided I would break the students up into groups and create different groups. One was a social group, another was a political group, another was environmental, and so forth. And they had to find articles, good and bad, about those issues and those aspects inside of the newspaper to connect to the books. I didn't want them just to read the book as if it was a foreign entity. I wanted to see how it connects to their lives right now.
When we did the lesson 10 years ago, there were specific things that were going on in the world that we focused on to write about and to discuss, and we tied it into Octavia Butler, and we tied it into the last poet's poem. And what's unique about the way that Ms. Wright-Lewis teaches and the school that we went to is that we were made conscious. We were taught lessons and there were lesson plans, but we were also taught to be conscious thinkers and to think about the world and to think about our place in the world, where we fit in and what we wanted to change.
I think for me, it taught me the importance of self-advocacy and just being able to articulate myself. And I've always been able to articulate myself, but I didn't necessarily feel comfortable getting in front of a group of people that I didn't know. I mean, I can get in front of the class or in front of friends, but getting in being in a place where you are not with people you know means that you have to speak from, a place of newness and, freshness about issues that have been going on for years. So how do you do that? And I think that was exciting.
Okay. So we find in a time like we are experiencing that was in some ways cautioned against by Octavia Butler, that with resources very, very strained, collaborations become even more important. Collaborations become even more important. They become important amongst organizations like NCTE and the Center for Black Literature because we are connected to both the professional resources and the professional community and the broader community. And then it's important for organizations like Annenberg and others to participate as well because they have the infrastructural resources to help us do these kinds of projects that will spread them out to schools and universities where, again, this series is being used. California State University Northridge, Long Beach, UT San Antonio, San Francisco State University, here at Medgar Evers. So it's crucial for projects like these to continue. They need these collaborative forces.
Right.
And I think, I mean, speaking from the student point of view, I think that any student that went through any of the 8 series can really feel like they were given a gift in that session. Like I was given a gift being a part of Annenberg in the session and being taught that way because it was out of the box. It was unorthodox. It was different. It was, you know, unique, but it taught us lessons that we continue to grow with and have 10 years later.
That's right. You know, I have, for Writers on Writing, I always end the program with, the writer is always reading, the reader is always writing, keep reading and writing, empower yourselves as readers and writers. And I think that speaks to why we need a Center for Black Literature, why we need NCTE West, why we need teachers like you do, like you are, and students, and the importance of passing on legacy, as you said, and empowering. So I really think we need to say congratulations for the Center for Black Literature, for NCTE West, 10 years of doing this work, and also to Annenberg. The Annenberg for their 25-year celebration. They're really doing some important work and giving us the resources we need to make education really vital and alive, and to help make our students become activists as learners. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.